Hey everyone, BDZB Comics here, and today I'd like to do a more or less off-the-cuff, minimal editing sort of video because E3 is fast approaching and I don't want to spend a ton of time editing a video about it just so that it's not ready by the time E3 rolls around and this becomes completely irrelevant. Today I was thinking about what they could do this year for E3, and I came upon an idea that I thought was pretty spectacular. So, they have gone on record saying that Super Smash Bros. Will be the focus of E3 this year, but what exactly does that mean? A few years ago, they said that Breath of the Wild would be the focus of E3, and it really was. It was basically the only game shown off. But then last year, they said that Super Mario Odyssey would be the focus of E3, and while it did get a bit more attention than other games, it was still just one part of an all-encompassing direct. So this time, I'm thinking we do something kind of in the middle. Have Smash Bros. Be a constant presence throughout the direct, but still incorporate other games, and I think that this would work really well because Super Smash Bros. Is all about different game universes coming together. So the conference starts off, and it's hosted by Koizumi and the new Nintendo president. I believe he will be the active president by the time E3 comes around, Shuntaro Furukawa. It'd be a really great introduction to him to have him show up at E3. They'll host, and they'll start off right away talking about the Switch's online, what the prices are, how it works, when it's coming, yada yada yada. I know they've kind of already done this, but it'd be a good way to remind people, and then after that, they can do sort of a third-party sizzle reel of games that incorporate online. It's rumored that Dragon Ball FighterZ and Fortnite are coming to the Switch. We know that Sonic racing game is coming to the Switch. They'll show off all of that, and then they'll say, but we know what online game you're really looking forward to. Let's get right into it. And they will show a trailer for Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch, sort of a just general trailer, sort of like the first Smash Bros. For Wii U trailer, where they show off a bunch of veterans, and we finally get some gameplay of the Inkling, and then at the very end, they show off one more new character, and that's Springman. And the reason I chose Springman is because he makes a lot of sense for this new game, but as far as we know, ARMS isn't getting a sequel or any DLC anytime soon, so there's really not any other time in the Direct that it makes sense to announce Springman. Then from there, they'll go back to the online and talk about the Nintendo Entertainment System, as they call it, the service that lets you download NES games and play them with friends online. So they'll do another sizzle reel with a bunch of old NES games, and they will end on Ice Climber. And they're going to hold on Ice Climber for a long time. They're going to show gameplay of Ice Climber, and the viewer's going to be like, wait, why are they showing Ice Climber for so long? And then suddenly, an 8-bit Mario appears. And then an 8-bit Kirby, an 8-bit Link. And then you're like, oh crap, and you see it transitions into 3D, and the Ice Climbers are just staring at these other characters, and they get that logo in their eye, and then on to the next thing. No gameplay of the Ice Climbers or anything, on to the next thing. Then we get the new Fire Emblem, which was announced forever ago, and we still don't have a title for it, we still don't have a release date, we haven't seen any gameplay. We get all of that. We get a new lord who uses a unique weapon, or at least doesn't exclusively use a sword. That seems to be the trend with recent Fire Emblem lords. Robin had magic, and Corrin could turn into a dragon, and even in the remakes, you had Celica, who had a bit of magic as well. So we get a Lord with a unique weapon, and then he stares at the screen, gets a logo on his eyes, boom, he's confirmed for Smash Bros. 2. Again, no gameplay. Then we have Star Fox Racing, a game that has been rumored about by some reliable sources for some time, and they show off a trailer for that. They show off a bunch of characters, how the game works, a bunch of tracks, etc., etc. And then at the end of that trailer, we see a zoom in on Wolf. He gets the Smash logo in his eyes. Boom, end of that. Then we move on to Kirby Star Allies, where they introduce Dream Friends. We've already seen very short clips of 2 out of the 3, I assume, upcoming Dream Friends in the next patch. On the Kirby Twitter, we've seen a bit of Daroach, we've seen a bit of Dark Meta Knight, but we've only really seen one move from each of them. And then there's going to be one more revealed. Let's say it's Adelaine from Kirby 64. Sure. We got all 3 of them, and they have a shot where it's like them with other Dream Friends, and in the midst of that shot, Bandana D turns to the camera, and he gets the Smash logo in his eye, and boom, he's revealed. Then it's revealed all of the Dream Friends in that trailer will be available after today's Direct. From there, Koizumi begs the question, hey, we've seen a lot of games today, but where's the man in red? You know who I'm talking about. Our main mascot, Mario. In this section, we'd like to talk about the mustachioed man himself, along with a few of his friends. They start off with sort of the main Mario series. They're like, Luigi's Mansion is coming to 3DS. To go along with that, we are introducing a Luigi's Mansion level to Odyssey. But that's not the only new kingdom coming. We're also bringing Isle Delfino. And they show off a bunch of gameplay for that. At one point, Captain Toad comes by, and it looks like just a regular Mario getting a moon from Captain Toad. But then when Mario leaves, and it's just Captain Toad by himself, he looks at the screen, Captain Toad confirmed for Smash. Then it's on to Mario Tennis Aces. Other people have looked into the coding. We know a bunch of characters coming to the game that haven't been announced yet. They announced a few of those, and then they have a match with Waluigi. Waluigi looks at the camera, Waluigi confirmed. Then they go on to a couple spin-offs, like Mario and Rabbids, show off more of the Donkey Kong DLC, and whether she's in that or not, they'll reveal Dixie Kong. Maybe they'll reveal K. Rool instead, but it would be a good opportunity to reveal a Donkey Kong character. Lots of people think that there's a Donkey Kong character coming to this game. And then we get some more of Yoshi. We get a title for it, we get a release date. I assume there's going to be amiibo support, so we'll get some of that. And with that, we don't get a new character, but we get the classic Nintendo announcer going, by the way, there is a Yoshi stage coming for Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. And they show off a little bit of the stage, maybe a couple of the previously announced characters fighting on it for a second. Then we move on from the first biggest Nintendo franchise to the second, which is Pokemon. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were just revealed, so they could do a segment on that. There's still a lot of questions we have, particularly with the way that Go and Let's Go interact with each other, so they can show off like what the Go Park looks like, how the whole transfer process works, that sort of thing. And then they can switch things over to Pokken DX DLC, because it looks like there's still one more character coming. So they announced that character. It's Zeraora. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. That's a Pokemon that they're going to want to promote a lot, and it's relevant and upcoming and yada yada yada. But that's not the character that's being revealed for Smash. I mean, it could be, but they'll show Zeraora fighting Decidueye, and then Decidueye looks at the camera, and Decidueye confirmed for Smash. Then we get some Xenoblade DLC info. There's a bit of a spoiler here, so you can skip ahead. But in the patches for Xenoblade 2, people have discovered some interesting files for potential story DLC, which takes place in the past, and you're controlling characters like Mithra and Adam and all these old dudes, Laura, and also I guess Shulk and Fiora are gonna make an appearance, so that's neat. But at the end of that, you could have, I guess, Mithra look at the camera, but then that'll transition to an actual trailer, because I don't think Mithra is going to be a playable character. I think Rex is, but Rex will use Mithra. After that, we get a little bit of a joke from the hosts, like, hey, we have some big news coming up. And then one of the hosts says to the other, do you really think people are ready for that? I think this news might be a little too big. And then they get right into showing off Metroid Prime 4. And they have a trailer showing off maybe some new powers, some locations, a few of the bosses. One of those bosses is a new form of Ridley. Maybe a little bit smaller of a form, who knows? But they kind of linger on it. And then Ridley turns and faces the camera, and he's confirmed for Smash. And we go back to the hosts, and they're like, okay, that was some big news. But we might be able to go even bigger. We've brought out some folks from Square Enix to talk to you today. And first they start off with Project Octopath Traveler, or just Octopath Traveler now. And they talk about some features of the game, just kind of a general overview, remind you, hey, this is still happening. But they're like, that's not the only game coming to Switch. We are also working on two very major titles for the Switch that have already been announced for other consoles. And they show off the logos for Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3. And as they're doing this, they say, you might remember in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, we revealed an unexpected character for Smash. And we're happy to report that Cloud Strife will be returning. Show that. But he's not the only one. Take a look. And now we get a full-fledged trailer, and it's all about Sora. We get some gameplay of some of the other characters that were announced today. And then at the very end of the trailer, it's like a climactic clash between Sora and Cloud. And then someone shoots a beam from off in the distance. And they turn around, and it's Geno. But unlike the other characters, Geno doesn't stare at the screen. He doesn't get the logo in his eye. He's just kind of there. And then the trailer ends. That's it. So what does that mean? Does that mean Geno's playable? Does that mean he's an unlockable character? Does that mean he's an assist trophy? Who knows? But they're just throwing that out there. A little tease. And at the end, we hope that you enjoyed this direct. All of the characters revealed for Smash Bros. Today will be playable at the Smash Bros. Invitational Tournament. There you'll get to see more of their moves, learn more about them, and then when that tournament happens, sure enough, they'll have Springman, they'll have Ice Climbers, they'll have Wolf, Bandanity, Dixie, Decidueye, Captain Toad, Waluigi, Rex, Ridley, Sora, but Geno still isn't there. And over the next few months, they can gradually reveal a few more characters, and maybe Geno would be one of them, but Sakurai is going to mess with you, because that's what he does. And I think that handling things this way would be a fantastic E3 2018.